Welcome back to the CBDC Asset Group. Thank you for being a part of the group. Miners beware. Will do all kinds of damage if unchecked in the current regulating of cryptocurrencies, such as connecting your digital wallet to who you are is one thing that the government currently has signed into law. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you on the next one.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Look, the bipartisan infrastructure bill is what you're talking about. It has become law. In it, it has what was to the community would be known as the Portman Amendment. This was a misguided amendment intended to scoop up tax revenue in the crypto space. It's the good news. Bad news is it's law right now. Christine, the good news is it does not take effect until 2023. And if left unfixed, this infrastructure bill in this specific language will have a devastating impact in the future of crypto innovation in America. And if you want, I can go through why, but your question is more to the bill that we filed last week. Everything is on the table. We're going to try and get this thing fixed before the end of the year, and if not, in the next Congress for sure. Bill, my understanding is this specific language was lobbied on Senator Portman by the Treasury Secretary, her office, by Janet Yellen's office. And the problem with the language, there are three major problems. It expands the definition of broker to include non-custodial entities like miners and software providers. It would require these brokers to collect know your customer information on their customers. And why is this important? Because miners and software providers don't have customers. The effect of the language would have miners, software developers, and other non-custodial blockchain entities trying to figure out how they get information necessary to comply with the law. They're not going to be able to. So for some of us, it means that these opportunities will likely move overseas. Another problem with it, Lawrence, is it requires brokers to report on transactions between customers and non-customers. An example of this would be if I'm a customer of Coinbase and I give you crypto and you're not a customer of Coinbase, under the bipartisan infrastructure bill, this language, Coinbase would have to collect the know your customer information on you, Lawrence. The problem with that is it's just not feasible with the pseudo-anonymity of this decentralized technology. I mean, that's the whole point. I don't think it's going to be a matter of us getting enough people to support us with a fix. It's what is the fix and what's the timing? Can we get it done before the end of the year in an appropriations bill and a final budget agreement, or is it going to take next Congress, Lawrence? I do think we're going to be able to fix this, though.
Congressman Emmer, so everything you're saying makes total sense in terms of why this would be disastrous for the U.S. crypto industry. But a few interesting things have happened as this bill has progressed. One, the market is just not reacting, right? If anything, the market has been going up, which I've found somewhat surprising. And the other is that some of these players that seem to be most affected by this seem a little bit blasé about it. We've had some like mining companies on the show who are in North America who seem to like just not be that concerned about it. So what is that about? I mean, is there a chance, like, why is the market not reacting more strongly to something that seems to be this dramatic?
Well, it's something that people, elected officials, should be very concerned about. In the words of Lawrence that he used earlier, nobody cares. It really comes, well, I mean, if you think about it, the reason the market's not reacting is because this is a technology, the opportunities that are created through in this industry. We can either create a light touch regulatory structure that people understand and that people can actually work within, or it's going to leave. So I think the marketplace says, you know, it's ours to lose, and we need to do the work because it's going to happen with or without us. And then as far as, you know, the people that are impacted, those are the very people that are going to decide where this goes. Does it stay here in the United States of America, or do we move it? Yes.
We have some news out that Jerome Powell will be renominated or nominated again for a second term as the chairman of the Federal Reserve. Just a quick reaction to that.
Well, it's actually from a positive standpoint, it's at least consistency, right? There was some push from the far left to weaponize, and some of us would say further weaponize the Fed. In this case, at least we know what Jerome Powell is all about. We don't have to try and figure out someone new. That's the good side. On the, I would say, more difficult side is he's really leaning in on creating a central bank digital currency, which, as you three know, I completely oppose. That should be not the government's function. We shouldn't be trying to emulate the Communist Party of China. We should be trying to encourage people in the private sector here to grow that.
Well,
Brainerd's
El Salvador and just clear. Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, Lil Brainerd is going to be nominated as vice chair. Do you have any thoughts on that, Republican Corrales?
Again, Lawrence, it's consistent, right? It's we at least know what we're dealing with. I think it gives us an opportunity to pick up where we have built to, as opposed to having to start at the ground again and build a new foundation with new people in these positions. So, from that standpoint, I think it's reassuring. They aren't on all fours with the way some of us see the future. So I think now we at least have the relationship. Let's see if we can build on it and improve it.
And Congressman, just one final question. El Salvador made this huge announcement of building a Bitcoin city. It'll have zero income tax, zero capital gains tax, zero property tax, zero payroll tax, and zero municipal tax. Is that inspiration for the United States? What was your reaction when you heard about this?
Well, I loved your conversation, right? Because all of this comes with risk. People who are looking to the future, people who have a vision of the future, they are not stuck with the challenges of today. They're going to try and overcome them. As somebody said to me with baseball one day, awful hard to play third base with both hands placed firmly around your throat, right? At least in El Salvador, they're going to play loose. They're going to try to figure out how to move forward, and it could create wonderful opportunities. Is there risk? Sure, there's always risk, but this is forward thinking. I think our country, maybe not that far. Then again, let's let the private sector tell us where the ceiling is, as opposed to government creating.
I don't know. Miami is quite doubling down on Bitcoin as well. So we'll see about
Love
that.
Mayor.